and welcome back to News to help you know the place you love to live. My name is Sue Ann Hohimer. I'm the mayor of the City of Normandy Park, and this is our city manager. Introduce yourself.
Hi, Amy Arrington.
And she does the real work around here. I just get the privilege of helping to present to you information that we most recently discussed at our most recent city council meeting. So this information is from Tuesday night, March 14th. The Normandy Park City Council held its regularly scheduled meeting, and we began this meeting with a presentation. We had several folks from King County come and report to us on a brand new program that King County is wanting to roll out throughout the county. And so Andy Smith and Amy Ockerlander came to present to us on the program, and are just kind of hoping that other cities around King County are willing to sort of sign on to a pledge saying that we will support this program. The program has to do with how we deal with our solid waste in the King County area. So it's not a very sexy topic, but garbage happens, and figuring out what to do with it all is a very complicated issue. So King County is trying to unveil kind of a whole new way of doing things, recycle, reuse, reinvent, and so the program is called RePlus. And I'll just say that our council still had quite a few questions for King County. Some of them they were able to answer, some they weren't quite ready to answer yet. And so we didn't make any decisions officially at this meeting, and we'll bring it to our next meeting, our next workshop, and continue to discuss the ways that the City of Normandy Park can participate in doing the very best that we can to deal with our solid waste and recyclables and yard waste in a most responsible and sustainable way. Did I get that, Amy?
You covered it very well.
All right, thanks. We moved on to just 3 new business items. The first being a discussion about kind of a new way of having our council deal with sort of committees. It's easy to think about like, oh, just have a meeting for that, and then have a meeting for that, and then let's have another meeting. And sometimes we just get so bogged down with meetings that we kind of need to refresh. So we're hoping that that's what this is. We are going to sort of temporarily, on some level, suspend, if you will, the regular meeting of very specific committees. And we're going to have once a month kind of a committee of the whole. We're calling it a study session. And on the 4th Tuesday of every month, we'll gather here in Chambers, but instead of sitting at the dais, we're gonna sit around the big table and have a little bit more of an informal time of conversing with one another among council and our staff about the current city goals and the progress that we're making. And so really it'll just sort of touch on every subject that we normally have with our committees, but we're going to do it all together. We've got a lot of great things going on in the city right now. We just feel like it's a good time in the life of the city to hear from all 7 council members on the various issues. So we were going to have an ordinance and kind of institute it as an official decision, and after some discussion we decided to just kind of go with the flow, keep it temporary for a bit, and see how much we like it before we actually do an ordinance. So we're still going to be meeting at our same regularly scheduled time, which is 7 o'clock, and we'll see how it goes. So we'll keep you posted on that.
Just to jump in real quick.
Yep.
Wonderful, but always encourage residents to attend.
Yes.
This is an open to the public meeting. Participation will be limited, but you can still be in the same room and listen to the conversation.
That's right. And we'll still continue to report to you in this kind of format what some of those topics are, but if you want to hear us get right in there in the discussion, we'd love to have you join us in the room or online. Next, we went on to passing of an ordinance. Was it an ordinance for the road?
There was just an approval.
Just an approval. We have some standards for roads in the City of Normandy Park, as you can imagine. And when new build situations come into the city, we usually have everybody live up to all of our new standards. But we have some really expensive road projects coming up for our own city that involve culverts and bridges and some expensive infrastructure. And so we actually allowed a couple of variances, I think maybe 5 to be exact, for our own city, so that we are going to be restructuring our roadways pretty much to be about the same as they are now, rather than rise to entirely new standards that we would maybe hold other developers to. We did give ourselves a little bit of a variance in 5 key areas, just because we're trying to keep the overall cost down to our taxpayers. We're trying to make wise use of our money, and we really don't believe that it has any kind of a negative impact going forward. Do you want to add anything more about that?
I think that was a great summary, and just to point out, the variance process is available to anybody.
Yeah.
It's not typically used, but it will be a great tool to help us get these culvert projects moving forward in an affordable manner.
Right, that's it. And so we'll continue to pursue grant funding on all those projects, but it just helps the process if we're able to report that the city has secured a variance for that. So that council said yes on that. Next, we went on to our final item of new business for the evening, which was a proclamation. It's a mayoral proclamation for a day of education and sharing. And that came about because we have formed kind of a friendly relationship this year with our Jewish community. And the Jewish community celebrates, in honor of a beloved rabbi, a day of education and sharing on his birthday, April 2nd. And I believe this has been happening for over 100 years. I think 121 it is. But it's just an opportunity for communities to just recognize the incredible importance of education and sharing, kind of handing down the values and morals of generations that have come before. And in light of the fact that Normandy Park so highly values education, I just thought it was a great opportunity to be in solidarity with that community, and also acknowledge that we in Normandy Park also highly value education. So Education and Sharing Day is hereby proclaimed for April 2nd, which this year falls on a Sunday. So we'll be recognizing it on Monday, April 3rd. I'll be visiting our preschool and sharing some words of wisdom and education, character formation kind of stuff with our little preschool kids. So I'm looking forward to that. One of the other things I want to point out about education in Normandy Park also has to do with the fact that we have a birthday coming up. Our city was founded in 1853. It was like the earliest record of having any homesteaders or settlers find their way to Normandy Park. So we're told that William Brown pulled up one day in a little dinghy kind of by the cove, looking for a place to make a home for his family. And he found this wonderful spot in the city of Normandy Park, and shortly after another family joined him. And one of the very first things that these two families did is make sure that there was a pathway carved out so that their kids could get to Sunnydale Elementary School, which was quite a ways away. But education was so important to the first two founding members of the Normandy Park community, and I just think it's great that it has remained an important value in this community ever since. So we'd love to have you join us to learn even more about our history in Normandy Park. And as we celebrate our 70th birthday, we're going to be doing so this year in the Highline Heritage Museum on our birthday, June 8th. And we'd love for you to join us. We're going to be sending out some more information on that. You'll probably have to RSVP, so be looking for information to come about that date. The final item of the evening was just a reminder that we also have Arbor Day celebration coming up. That'll be on Saturday, April 29th. We'll be meeting at Mar Vista Park, and we really hope that you'll come out for that. We are officially a Tree City USA, and this is one of the things that we do as part of being a Tree City USA, is we have an annual celebration of Arbor Day. We love our trees. We love our tree canopy, and it's just a fun day to come on out and learn more about trees on your property and throughout our city, and what we can do to keep that healthy tree canopy. So other than that, thanks for joining us. Can you think of anything else, Amy?
I think you covered everything.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in, and other than that, we will see you around the park. Thanks.